Hey, this is Dr. Jason Jones. Thanks for tuning in to our video. I have something very special for you guys today. I have somebody who comes in my office and just lights up the room when she comes in. I just love her energy. I love just the way that she makes us all feel when she comes in. And today she is going to tell you and me her story. So I have Barbara with me today. So Barbara, let me ask you a couple questions.
Right.
Okay. Tell us first, and tell those folks out there first, how did you get to our office? What was the thing that brought you here?
Well, I received a phone call from a friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
giving me an invitation to meet you over dinner.
Okay.
That's how it started.
Okay. Okay. And then, so your friend reached out to you.
Yes.
There had to have been a reason for her to do that. Okay. So she had
I'm
to,
sure.
she had to know something about you. Okay. Either maybe you had
Absolutely.
you were struggling with something or had some sort of issue or problem or something like that. So so you came to one of our dinners that we did.
That's right.
Okay. And then and we invited you into our office and you came.
Yes.
All right. And then tell us what you came in for. What was the thing that was going on with you?
Well, I have suffered most of my life with continual pain
Mm-hmm.
and chronic pain.
Yeah.
24/7 pain.
Yep.
And I think that although I am familiar with chiropractic, I even have two cousins in the state of New Jersey who are chiropractors.
Mm-hmm.
I am familiar with the principles of chiropractic and believe in it. I thought at my advanced age, had I come in at the age of 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, my chances of recovery would have been much better. I wasn't too sure about what could be done for me at my age.
Yeah.
However, I thought that certainly some correction could help me. Little did I know, as I sit here, how dramatic my results could be.
Mm-hmm. Maybe give us a couple of them, like a couple of things that you've noticed that have maybe been the biggest change or maybe biggest impact on your day-to-day life.
I have previously, I could not get out of bed without having to do some manner of exercises because I woke up in pain. And I had to do exercises before I could even get out of bed. Otherwise, I was going to be in much worse condition. So I had to do some exercises before I even exited the bed.
Okay.
And I woke up in awful neck pain. Regardless of whatever, I was always in search of the right pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was, in pain throughout the day, no matter how it was that I slept throughout the night. And so I came to you with those problems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I have a kind of an active daily life.
Yeah.
In my work that I do, I take care of animals, most of which are mine. I have horses, I have dogs, I have cats, so I have a very active life.
Yeah, and you got to be able to perform, right?
Absolutely, I have to be able to lift. So.
Speaking of that, you came in, and if I remember this correctly, you had what was diagnosed as a frozen shoulder, correct?
Yes, that's
okay.
right.
And I remember your arm would come to maybe about right there.
That's right.
Okay, can you just let us see? There we go.
That's right.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty dramatic.
That's pretty dramatic because you could only do about like that.
Uh-huh.
So that was really fun to see, which actually that happened relatively quickly.
Yes, it
which
did.
I thought within maybe a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
Or if not even faster. So
Uh-huh.
We were talking sort of pre-video, and Barbara wanted to say something, and I wanted to not miss out. And there was something I think pretty powerful that you wanted to talk about, and she actually wrote it down, which to me means is super special and super important. Because most of us, we get going and we just kind of forget what we want to say. or we say some things that maybe isn't exactly what we wanted to say. So I just wanted to give Barbara the floor to just talk about that one thing.
I wanted to say, first of all, that coming in, when I did just a short time ago, it has only been a few months since I started. I never really thought that my results would be so dramatic. This has been such a transformative experience for me. I wanted to say how grateful that I am to my friend Shanna for having extended the invitation to me to meet Dr. Jones, and for him taking me on. And I wanted to tell people, don't be afraid to call friends and family and extend that same invitation to them, because you never know, you can be the catalyst for change in someone else's life. And no matter what their condition may be, their results can be just as dramatic. For someone who is as messed up as I was, they can get help too. It can be just as dramatic for them as it was for me. So don't be afraid to call your friends and family and extend that same invitation to them. You can do them a wonderful service.
You know, and thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I love that. And that reminds me, it's interesting because that reminds me of a quote from B.J. Palmer, who was the developer of chiropractic. And he said, we may never know how far-reaching something that we may think, say, or do today may affect the lives of millions tomorrow. And you could also reverse that, which is we may never know how something that we don't do may affect the lives of millions tomorrow. And I often find sometimes that myself too, we don't reach out because we don't want to ruffle the feathers. People are busy, you know, we don't want to bother them. But you really have the opportunity that Shanna had, which was to really make a life change for someone. And at least you want to give people the opportunity to make their own decision, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Barbara, thank you.
Well, thank
for today.
you.
And I wanted to end our video today with your favorite thing, if we could, and that was my handshake.
That handshake
loves
is
my handshake.
It's electrifying.
Well, thanks again for tuning in to our video, and Barbara, thank you so much. You are such a joy, and I really just love having you here, and I just appreciate your time and your everything that you said today. So catch the next video, and we'll see you guys soon.